I think the rest are supporters of what we're trying to do here. I want to thank the AG, the Attorney General. He wanted to be here. I just spoke to him on the phone about an hour ago. He fully supports what we're doing, the initiative of insisting that the many boards of Charleston County will follow the law and will swear the oath to the Constitution. He unfortunately couldn't be here, but I appreciate his support, his continued support, unfailing support. I want to mention the 14 senators that have signed on to our letter, insisting that the County Council again reverse their vote back to supporting the Constitution. That's Senator Alan Blackman, Senator J.D. Chaplin, Senator Tom Fernandez, Senator Larry Grooms, Senator Carlisle Kennedy, Senator Everett Stubbs, Senator Jeff Zale, Senator Richard Cash, Senator Jason Elliott, Senator Billy Garrett, Senator Josh Kimbrell, Senator Shane Martin, Senator Danny Verdon. So we're looking at 14 senators here. That's nearly 1/3 of the body, and that was basically about 3-4 hours ago to get signatures on this very strongly worded letter that would insist that the County Council begin to follow the law. The letter is also very strong, points out that there is no new legislation that's necessary. They stand by the Attorney General's opinion that also states that. It's also very clearly defined in his opinion. The only new legislation that we're going to do is we're going to add penalties to not following this law, not following the Constitution of South Carolina. That's coming. It's going to come quickly. Senator Larry Grooms is on the Finance Committee for the South Carolina Senate. He has a proviso that goes into effect almost immediately when the governor signs our budget. That will be late May. But it states that if you do not take the oath or you're unwilling to take the oath, that you will lose your position, you'll lose your pay, and then if the county council of the 46 counties of South Carolina do not act, then they will lose funding. So that's also a very strong measure that's coming. And after that, I know James Teeple's introducing a bill in the House that states the penalties. There's no need to go into the responsibilities anymore because it's our opinion that the law suffices. I'll be dropping a companion bill in the Senate. So our position is it's very clear with the AG's opinion, what the law is and what the requirements are. I think the normal response, and I think you'll add to this, Chairman Bustos, is that when somebody would question my affiliation to the Constitution or my willingness to swear an oath, I would demand that a Bible be produced immediately so I could swear the oath. That's the normal response. That's the normal response that Charleston County residents are having. The abnormal response is to hire lawyers, get counsel on how you can not take the oath. And I think that is the response that we're getting from County Council and the Library Board in general. I think it's unfortunate. I think the commentary that's coming from a couple of trustees on the Library Board that something along the lines of that they can't swear an oath to a Constitution that wasn't always for them. I think that mostly makes me sad. It really does. But it's also troubling. I'm not so sure that she will, or those trustees would be in favor of adding books that are in favor of the Constitution or founding fathers, and I think that's a disservice to our constituents. So, let me go through my notes. I think that pretty much covers the remarks that I wanted to make at the beginning. We're going to take some questions soon, but I wanted to give Chairman Bustos a chance to take the mic for a moment, and then we'll go to James Teeple, Representative Teeple.
Hi, I'm Joe Bustos, and I'm in the House. I first swore an oath to the Constitution when I was 19 in the United States Army, and that oath had no expiration. So I think it's very important that every person that keeps faith with the United States and honors all those who've served and died should swear an oath.
Representative Teeple, I know you have a few remarks you want to add.
I do, and I would like to thank signing on to this letter that I submitted today, Representative Jordan Pace from District 117, Representative Kathy Landing from District 80, Representative Mark Smith from District 99, Representative Tom Hartnett from District 110, and you just heard from Joe Bustos from District 112. I represent District 116, and, you know, just like Joe, I was 19 when I took my oath to the Constitution when I joined the military. Virtually every person behind me served as well. And we put our life on the line to protect and defend the Constitution. And to have a governing body of a county council do the wrong thing, then do the right thing, turn right around and do the wrong thing again, cowering to those who refuse to uphold that Constitution, I find disgusting. And I think it was very cowardly outside of Larry Kabrowski and Ginny Honeycutt, who continued to support the saying of the oath. It is very disheartening. It shows that they can cower to pressure of those who are not in support of our Constitution. I am awfully proud of that document, and I have sworn allegiance to it multiple times, and I just think it was a cowardly act. They created the ambiguity, County Council did, because the law is unambiguous. They created the ambiguity. It's self-created. And I think that they took a brave stance, but didn't have the intestinal fortitude to stand behind that stance. So here we are. And we're going to make damn sure in Columbia that we solve this self-created problem that they created for themselves. And we're going to solve it with vigor. But I'm super proud to be up here today with fellow veterans, just stating our commitment to the Constitution. If you are going to do the work of the people, then you owe it to them to support, uphold, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Thank you.
Yeah, it is our position that if you are the one that's evading taking the oath to the Constitution, the most honorable American oath, or you're helping others evade taking the oath, you're the problem. You're the troublemaker. This is simple. Immediate relief is available. Take the oath. We'll figure out. I mean, I'm hearing from County Council. I want to second your thoughts first that Ginny Honeycutt and Larry Grabowski have stood with us from the beginning, have never wavered, never changed their vote. But I'm hearing from the County Council, the other folks, that there's a problem with the archivist. We don't know where to store these oaths. I've offered my Senate, yeah, we could store them in the library. That's a great idea. We'll figure that out. We'll figure out the minutia. But you can immediately take the oath and immediately get relief from this. You don't have to hire attorneys. You don't have to fight this constantly. You could take the oath like all other public servants do, whether they are elected or appointed. They take the oath, and that's what our Constitution says clearly. A.G. Wilson stated that in his opinion. It's pretty elementary. We support that. We hope that they will change their mind yet again, which is also sort of a problem. We got a county council that's going in now the fourth time on Tuesday. We have no idea what they stand for. We standing here, and those that undersigned on both of these letters, stand for taking the oath to the Constitution. If any of you have any questions, we'll take a few questions.
Yeah, I have a question. So last night during the county council meeting, some of the council members said that they don't disagree with signing or taking the oath. They just don't understand why the ruling came down to their county to rule for the entire state. Do you have any remarks on this?
Well, you know, when a problem is discovered, that's when a problem should be solved. And we've discovered that this problem exists, that they should have taken an oath. You know, the story, you know, the complete story is we added a conservative filing to the library oath. And they're all for the diversity, except for diversity of thought. And this conservative mentioned, hey, why are we taking a pledge to some sort of library pledge that, you know, regardless if it's 50 years old or not, why aren't we swearing an oath to the Constitution? That's where all this started. And I've been dealing with this for weeks. I didn't come out firing right away. I've given after chance to follow the law. I got an opinion from the Attorney General, the Republican Attorney General, and said, listen, where am I wrong here? Where am I right? And he gave an opinion that is clear and simple to read, is simple to understand. We want to talk about whether AG opinions are should be listened to or ignored. But what about the merits of the opinion? What about the statutes that are listed and described and clearly state that all public officials should take an oath? If you're going to handle a $50 million budget and set policy, should you not take an oath to the Constitution so we know where your foundation is? And if you will not, what other extreme radical ideas do you have? If you cannot swear an oath to our Constitution, where else are you out of the mainstream with normal Charleston constituents?
And what would you like to happen next? What does happen next from here?
I've always been about the oath should be taken. I mean, it's as simple as that. We're not going to, there is no more advisement that needs to come from the General Assembly. There's not going to be any more legislation. The legislation is clear, and the Attorney General agrees with that. 14 state senators, in a matter of a few phone calls this morning, agreed to sign this letter. And there are all the other senators that I've spoken to since this is all going on have been fully supportive of this. So it's not just the 14 senators; it's the whole body. I'm not going to speak for them, but it would not be. I would take caution to think that the 14 senators on this letter are the only ones that are supporting this. So I think that they should take the oath. And if they don't, we're going to establish penalties, which we've not had to do before, because this is unusual to have folks that do not want to take the oath or exercise themselves and take this much energy in avoiding taking the oath. That's not normal. That's not the American way. Anything else?
Just to be clear, the penalties, they would apply to all 46.
Yes, ma'am. All boards elected or appointed, all 46 counties. That's what's going into the Senate budget. I'm sure the House will agree. And whatever we do with any piece of legislation after that will be to codify those penalties for not following the law.
Hey, I have one thing. How about this Tuesday? They invite all the boards and commissions to take the oath at county council.
Well, I'm all for taking the oath immediately. It equals immediate relief. We can move forward. I think county council should spend less energy on this, and they voted the right way the second time in insisting that all boards in Charleston County take the oath. That was the right decision. I imagine they're going to go back to that decision. I imagine they will. Anything else? We're going to get out of this hot sun. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support.
No, hey.
Thank you, sir.
I know my boot camp day.
We're all this is a no-brainer.
Darrell Strutter said, look at this room. Some of y'all never going to make it out of the military alive. You're going to die defending the Constitution and the flag. So I understand.